Ooh. Anything? Anybody? Am I going home alone tonight? Son of a bitch! Oh yes, by the way, I've been instructed to tell you that what I'm about to do is obscene. So if you have a problem with that, you should leave. In fact, my mom often had problems with that. Did you ever get the soap in the mouth as a kid? I always got that shit. In fact, my mom was like, we're using too much Dial, I'm just gonna buy a super soaker and fill it with Cascade. Every time you open your mouth, I'm gonna squirt it in there. Sometimes she would just open the dishwasher and be like, get in. You fucking dirty kid. That was me. Nobody left. Nobody minds? You mind if I drink? Okay.
McDonald's Coke.
McDonald's Coke will fuck you up, man. Okay, so MC battle going on outside. Can I just say, National Poetry Month, there's been some amazing stuff going on this weekend. Do you guys see the graffiti artists outside? Fucking amazing.
Yep.
The slam battle, awesome. Everything, guy with rollerblades in front row. Are you kidding me? Come on, this is amazing. This doesn't happen every day. I had a banana board when I was younger. It was actually my uncle's, and he had broken his arm going down the Space Hall of Fame hill in Alamogordo. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. That's a badass hill. And he went down on a banana board, seated, I believe. And so I would sit on that banana board when I was a kid and just pretend that I was going down the hill. My friend Ben sometimes would come over and sit behind me. Me and Ben would be sitting on the banana board, pretending like the wind was in our hair. Everything was good. Then my mom would come in and be like, get in the fucking dishwasher! Both of you right now! Okay, so I'm just gonna warm up here with a little thing. If you've heard this, I'm sorry. I've said it to death, but woman's body found in dumpster behind Burger King in Plainview. That's a headline from a newspaper magazine. And I said, shit, that's crazy. I want to talk about that after I stretch. She sat close like an impossible lamb, amphibian in that wet, dry stare, a crumb of myself on the lip of her grim smile. Molest too monstrous a word to explain my mess, but umbrella dementia shades modesty away while sandwich bag drops of rain still manage to smother eyes as mouths fill with accusations and precipitation. Ceiling fan salvation never freed me, glared prayer wasted beneath his hard weight, sunroof jammed, loud whopper demands, hash pipe hand spasm, door handles seem big and scared grips of two old girls who might just stay for that something with chicken order he offers because hunger's bite is worse than his sharp words and Walmart liner runs in rain anyway. Drugs, belt Mozart's Requiem in my blood, maltz-colored milk madness on my tongue, ultimate bolts of stone dole and immobilize. Glad stuff makes bones itch and hands afraid to scratch, so blankets of tranquil must drape bodies to mold blameless girls of addicts who, like so many last breath, jazz, wrist, blow, until they squelch themselves out of existence. Middle-aged and deviants suffocate more than trailer park hands, and Texas is too big a state to leave. For all the drunken stupors and crank come downs, for all the slaps and shoves and misplaced prods, for all the knives and guns owned by boys too yellow to kill. This slow assassination's left to me, stumbling steps in too high heels, midnight dark and death between Burger King and Denny's. Humble glances through a bed of trash, empty beer bottle regret pillowing anxious brows, all busy praying for God to exist in the mightiest way, all furled as lips pout of mother's absence, and bodies regress to dumpster womb curls. That's a sad one about girls dying. You can clap if you want. Oh. Don't fucking clap! I'm not done! Woo! I'm a very anxious person is the thing. That's why I do most of the things that I do is because of anxiety. The way I was raised, I guess. My mom was always sick. My dad was always mean. It's worse when they're mean without being drunk, because when they're drunk, you can be like, "What's up, man? You're drunk." But when they're just plain old mean, that's bad. I don't mean to give you my whole life story here, but I did want to tell you about how I tried to deal with that anxiety. It's a 4-letter word. Unless you do a lot of it, then it's a 5-letter word. I'm talking about drugs. Shazam! The first time I tried to get high was with Skip Gomez in elementary school. And Skip says to me, "Josh, J-Style." Skip's actually the guy that gave me the name J-Style. It was right then, actually, too. First time it ever been spoken. "J-Style! Pot is a slang term, and it's actually called weed. And if you smoke a lot of it, you'll laugh a lot and think of really good ideas." I was in the 5th grade. I was like, "Shit, man, I'll do that shit." So he went in and got some paper, wide ruled, I think. And I went out and found the prettiest tumbleweed on the playground. So it was like the wide ruled vocab test rolled up on the tumbleweed, which we sparked as a pre-kickball game right. Tykes on swing sets, token pre-10 fatties, misunderstood joints, mistaken marijuana cigarettes, token on the swings, acting like we were kings. Everybody says, "Hey man, you ain't got the bling if that's the shit you're throwing down." And I start to frown and I kick harder and I start coughing up fucking hack rockets thinking it's gonna make me high, the perfect high. That perfect high! That's all we wanted. To get up off that elementary school ground and hover despite our pounds found finally in a realm where up was down and down was up and stuff was tough but fluff was cool, because wide ruled was the way to break the rules. Wide ruled! That's still the truth. If you've got ink instead of fire, but we were 10 with lighters and tired of manuscript, and cursive was a bitch. So get that strike anywhere sticks and smoke your math quiz. And everybody did, because even at 10, I could talk a corpse into living with my vivid descriptions of the way the friction would ease and the weed would please if you just let it inside your elementary school-sized body. Homie, pass that wide ruled roll tumbleweed. Fuck that shit. So I gave up getting high for a while. I did normal kid things after that 5th grade experience with tumbleweeds and wide roll paper. I drank Kool-Aid for fun. I teased girls. I slapped my wiener around. Nothing ever happened. It was purely curious. It was pure and it was curious. And nothing ever happened. So when Richard Townsend came to town and said, "Dude, I know a really good way to get high," I was like, "Yeah, man, because this wiener slapping's going nowhere." And he says, "All you gotta do is bend over and take 10 deep breaths. And then stand against the wall and let somebody choke you out for a solid 30 or 45 seconds. And then you pass out." And you start convulsing a little bit. But you wake up with this odd and always thrilling buzz. I said, "Fuck yeah! I want to do that." And I'm sorry, I sweat. We were doing it at the bus stop, the lunchtime rush, the locker room floor. We were doing it at the comic book store. Kids choking each other's necks. All around. 9th grade bodies falling down. Flopping around like a retarded fish.